Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel this morning, and there's this thing that I want to talk about, and I want to title it "Nigerians Know the Shame." The reason I titled that "Nigerians Know the Shame" is because of the recent problem that happened between Wasiu and pilot and plane officials in Nigerian airport. That is why I titled it "Nigeria Know the Shame," because we Nigerians, we are the only people that disrespect our country in such a way that we don't have regard for our country. And this thing is just because of who we know, how connected we are, and who our friends are, who our family members are. That's why somebody, when you have something with somebody, they will ask you, do you know who I am? Do you know me? And it's a shame, to be honest. It's really a shame, because we don't have regard for our country, and that is the reason our country is the way it is, because we don't have respect for our country, and we don't have respect for ourselves. I saw that video and I watched that video, and it constantly and also validate my the why I said Nigeria Not the Shame. In the UK where we live here, we are people who they used to taunt us and say we UK people would like to be on the queue. And that is because in this place they have made their country in such a way that everybody, you need to exercise patience. You need this what they call the British value. Many of us who are in the UK and people who are conversant with British culture will know and understand the British value, and one of those value is respect for human being, respect for people's view, and etc. But in Nigeria we don't have, because I will say that Nigerians, we are not citizens of Nigeria. We are not Nigerians, in my opinion, because we don't love our country. We don't love our country. We don't. Somebody next door, you don't even care about them. That's why we behave the way we behave. And you won't blame that man, Wasiu Ayinde, for what he did, because he's well connected, and because he's well connected, he doesn't have respect for anyone, because he has the mindset that I'm well connected, I know who is who in Nigeria. Possibly he's connected to the president. That's why he will behave like that. He will stand on the way of a moving plane, because he know that probably nothing will happen. His connections will get him out. It baffles me sometimes. There was this time I was traveling to Nigeria, and I met a lot of Nigerians. Obviously, when you are going to Nigeria, when you are at Heathrow, you met a lot of people, and obviously, when you are traveling back to Nigeria, like 90% of people in the flight is Nigerians. Every one of us, we queued on the line, enter our plane in Heathrow, get done. But trust me, once we reach to Murtala Mohammed Airport, everybody change. People become so aggressive, even to the immigration officials in Nigeria. Nobody want to queue again. Everybody will become so impatient. This is people that you left Heathrow with. People who are very quiet, patient, go through all the processes, everything, say thank you, But once we reach Nigerian airport, thank you, British culture will just fly away through the windows of their ears, and they will pick up that Nigerianness immediately. You will see them being aggressive, to the airport officials, people working in the airport, you see that their bigmanism. Do you know me? Do you know where I'm coming from? They wear it like cloth immediately, and you begin to wonder, say, are these people not the people I passed through the same gate with in the UK? That is our problem. That's why we don't grow as a nation, because we don't have respect for one another. We treat each other with, I'm bigger than you, I'll pass you, I will put you in jail. I know somebody more than you, I'm well connected more than you. Let me give you an instance. Wasiu, obviously he's well known in the West, and probably most of other ethnic groups in Nigeria who are conversant with the Western Nigeria, they know him as a very popular musician in the West. Let me compare him with somebody, a well-known musician in the UK. For example, I know you cannot compare him to somebody like Elton John, but Elton John cannot behave in such a rolly manner. If he does, in fact, he will be in a very, very serious public problem, let alone government. Because Elton John does not move about raising his shoulders up about people he knows in government, about the police inspectors and everything, the army generals that he knows. He's like normal British citizen. He's well respected, he is sir. But in our place, Wasiu is somebody who have Alhaji attached to his name, which, if you put it side by side, is somebody who have traveled to Mecca. But look at it, because they have this mentality of, I pass you, I know people more than you, I'm richer than you, there's nothing you can do, I can do. That is why people do things in Nigeria. They don't respect the law, they don't do anything. That's why he can stand in front of a moving plane that have people inside. So I know nothing will come out of it. All this bra, ban him, all this is, nothing will come out of it. Yeah, they will make it, they will let it die down in the eyes of the public, and that will be it. That will be it. Nothing is coming to come out. Because Nigeria, we don't have law, we don't have justice system. Our justice system is so low. Until if you have money, you buy your way out, and it's a shame. That's why we don't have decorum in our society. That's why I say Nigerians know the shame. If Wasiu Ayinde comes to Heathrow Airport and they tell him you cannot take your bag that contains very valuable thing, you can't take it on board, and if it's a white person that told him that thing, he will even quietly obliged and even thank the person. But because he sees himself that he's bigger than the pilot, he's bigger than the crews of that plane, he knows people more than them, he's bigger than them, he's richer than them. That is why he could do like that, and he believes nothing will happen because he's connected to the president, and everybody is doing it. That is the example we are showing to our generation. That is how we are living, because Wasiu have done it. Then you will see that is the mentality we have left for our children. That's why you see a boy or a girl who tell you, do you know who my father is? I've never heard that kind of thing here in the UK. I've never met a girl or a boy, he will talk about his father. They don't care. Some of them, the richest man in the UK, by the name, his name is Bruce Venner. He's one of the richest man in the UK. It was when he died that I even realized that his son, his only son, is working as a bank manager. He's a billionaire. If I tell you, if I'm not mistaken, that guy owns half of the whole houses, high-profile houses in the whole of UK. His son left him alone and just go and get himself a job in the bank and be working. But if he's in Nigeria, he'll be walking around with big shoulder. Do you know who my father is? And he'll be doing all sort of nonsense because his father is a big man. That is the kind of mentality we are living with. That is the kind of society we are building. That's why our society doesn't move forward. Every day we are retrogressing. Every day we are retrogressing. If people who are deemed respected people act like this man, he's supposed to be in jail. He's supposed to be in jail. He's supposed to be charged to court, regardless of his status. But I'm sorry, that is not going to happen. That's why I said Nigerians know the shame. Nigerians know the shame. If somebody, a white person will show you the video and say, look at your country. Somebody is standing on the way of the plane. Nah, it makes me even at the shame on their own behalf. Because we don't have, we are, it look like our country, our society is characterless. There is nobody to look at and say this person hold them in high esteem. Look at Wasiu. There are a lot of people who look up to him. Yes. That's why sometimes when I look at people, they say, oh, I'm looking up to this person. He's my role model. I don't believe in role model. I don't believe in role model. Me, my role model is Jesus Christ. That is my role model. I don't believe in human role model. Because human, they are rascals. If you're looking up to these people, many of them have married twice, 4 times, many concubines, do a lot of nonsense, and they are your role model. If you don't know the definition of role model, go and look at your dictionary. Those are the people that we have in our society as our role models to our youths and our people. It's a shame. Nigeria, not a shame. I'm so sorry.